Hello everyone! Welcome to Virtual MUET Coaching 2021, specially brought to you by KMS, a collaborative project with Kolej Matrikulasi Kelantan, Kolej Matrikulasi Sarawak and Kolej Matrikulasi Labuan. My name is Ms. Siti Musalma and I'll be coaching you on MUET Writing Question 2. And today I'm not alone. I'm accompanied by my other 3 colleagues and they are from KMS too. So let me introduce you the live chat moderators for this slot, and they are Ms. Rosia Idris, Ms. Nurfazliana Matzin, and Ms. Zai Suryana Muhammad Zain. So it is an honor to have them here with me. They are going to assist on handling the questions you post in the chat or the comment panel. Alright, so feel free to type your question, yeah? And it will be answered and entertained by them. Okay, the chat moderators, you can say hi. Okay, the students can say hi too. Okay, don't be shy, to post your question, okay? Well, I'll walk you through writing an argumentative essay, MUET 800 for question 2. So let's start our journey. Stay tuned. And don't forget to scan this QR code, okay, if you haven't received any handouts. Okay, and this handout is actually for you to be used, okay, while you are listening to me in this webinar. Are you ready? Alright, so let's begin. So you need to know the table of contents. Okay, what will I brief you later on? So we will have a kickstart with what is argumentative writing, a brief overview, okay, and what are the parts of the essay, the essential 5 paragraphs that you must write. Okay, basically that is about the format. And then I will brief you on what are the writing stages that you have to go through. Okay, and it consists of pre-writing, while writing, and also post-writing. Okay, so there are 3 stages here, and in pre-writing, okay, you need to analyze the question, brainstorm, and outline the ideas. Okay, it means before you write, okay, what must you do? And when you write, while you're writing, okay, you have to start your 5 paragraphs essay, the first draft that you're going to write. Okay, and after you have completed, that will be the post-writing stage, where you need to edit your essay in terms of grammar, spelling, word choices, relevance, and sufficiency of ideas. Okay, so that's the journey of this particular webinar or video, okay? So let's begin with, what is an argumentative writing? What do you think about an argumentative writing? What is on your mind? So perhaps you could write on the chat panel, what is an argumentative in your own words, in your own thoughts? Okay. Yes. Thank you for your comments and opinion. An argumentative writing actually requires you to have a firm stand, okay, whether you agree, disagree, or partially agree on the statement given. You need to support your stand by giving relevant examples and reasons, or reasons and examples, okay, to justify your stand. You cannot just leave your stand alone. And how long do you have to write for this particular essay? So altogether, it consists of 90 minutes, yeah, for your writing question. Okay, but you have to spare your time for about 50 minutes for this particular question, because you have another 40 minutes to be spent for question 1, which is analysis writing. So only 50 minutes to write. And perhaps, okay, you can spare your time, yeah, 10 to 15 minutes for pre-writing stage, where you start to analyze the question. Okay, you have to do some sort of thinking, yeah, brainstorming and organizing your ideas. Okay, right after that, perhaps another 25 or 30 minutes to be spent for writing the essay. Okay, you can start immediately right after the planning. And you need a little time, give perhaps 5 to 10 minutes in order for you to edit your essay. Don't just leave your essay unedited, okay? And perhaps, okay, you can go through by checking on grammar, okay? Word choices, okay? The aspects, okay, later I will explain, all right? So basically, okay, these are the duration, and you will be evaluated based on two criterions, okay? Two criteria. Okay, the first one is task fulfillment, which consists of 30 marks, and another aspect is on the language and organization, which is 30 marks, another 30 marks, and that equals to 60 marks totally. So how many paragraphs needed in order to write this particular essay? Definitely, you know, okay, what must be there in this particular paragraph. Okay, so argumentative essay format consists of 5 essential paragraphs. They are the introduction, okay, the 3 body paragraphs, and also the conclusion paragraph. Okay, so what is needed in the introduction? Okay, this is the beginning of the essay. So you need to provide the stand and the thesis statement, okay, as a preview for the readers or to the examiners of what you are trying to justify in your essay, okay? And then after that, okay, you must have 3 body paragraphs which provide 3 main reasons in this different, yeah, the 3 different paragraphs. Each of them, okay, will have 1 main reason, okay, and they cannot stand alone. They need to be supported with sufficient and relevant examples, okay. And the last paragraph is called a conclusion, okay. It needs you to reaffirm what you have claimed in the introduction, okay, by restating the stand and also the thesis statement. Okay, so don't worry, all right, this is just a preview. Okay, later on, okay, we will look into the details, okay, how the paragraphs will look like. So before we start on the stages of writing, let me remind you of a few things. Okay, the first thing first, it's about time. Okay, the time given is very limited. Okay, in 50 minutes, you have to complete everything. Okay, so my advice is you have to plan. Okay, the planning stage is very important. Okay, you have to quickly analyze the keywords, brainstorm and organize your ideas. Okay, this is the crucial part because a good essay actually comes from a good planning. Okay, some people, okay, maybe they are good at it. They don't need this stage, okay, because they are very organized in their mind. Okay, but people like us, okay, like me, like you, all right, um, perhaps, okay, we don't really plan, okay, what we want to say, what we want to talk about, okay, so we need to jot down, okay, um, you have to organize it properly, okay, you need to know what are the examples needed, okay, what does the question want, okay, you have to see on that, okay, so try your best, okay, not to skip this particular stage, okay, so spend some time, okay, for the planning, okay, and then quickly immediately transfer, okay, what you have planned into the essay. All right, okay, next, another tip is do not change the stem of the question. Okay, this is happen usually because again, yeah, the students skip this planning stage. Okay, they don't understand the question carefully, they don't see the connection between the keywords. Okay, so as a result, okay, what happened is that they change, okay, the keywords itself into another word. Okay, when that happens, actually you have already gone track, and when you have an off tangent essay, okay, you could reach only band 2 for your task fulfillment. Okay, the task fulfillment marks. So that is the danger of changing the stem here. It could be misleading, okay, and off track, and it will affect on your task fulfillment marks. Okay, my next tip is have the layering of ideas. Okay, you need to see the layering. Okay, for every sentence that you make, that you develop in a paragraph, okay, you need to be sure that they have the reasons, and these reasons are supported with specific examples, real experience, real life experience, okay, or what you have observed, okay, in your surroundings, okay, that could be the real life examples as well, okay. So the cause and effect relationship between the keywords have to be shown, okay, by having this layering of ideas, why and how, why and how it happened, why it happened and how it happened. Okay, give a specific examples. Okay, and the last tip is do not leave your draft unedited. This is another excuse by the student. They say that they have not enough time. Okay, try your best. Try your best to edit. Okay, if you feel that it's very, very limited, so while writing itself, during the while writing stage, okay, you need to actually be careful of what you write. Okay, be extra cautious. Okay, of plural form, the s, students. Okay, we will talk about this later, of course. Okay, but okay, as an overview, right? I'm giving you the tips now. Okay, so that okay you understand what we will go through after this in the next um, stages of writing. Okay, you are able to see what I meant here. Okay, all right. So now let's move on to the pre-writing stage. Okay, like I said, a good essay, okay, comes from a good planning. Okay, you need to plan what to write in order for you to produce a good essay. So this stage is about what you have to do before you write. So spend about 10 to 15 minutes to analyze keywords in the question. Okay, where you need to underline the keywords, define, and give examples of it, and analyze the connection between them. Yeah. Okay, and not just that, not only that, you have to brainstorm and organize your ideas. So after you have seen, okay, you have understood the task, you have a few examples with you. You have examples and you have seen, okay, the connection, what is required. So you are able to decide a stand and try to brainstorm more reasons here, okay? Identify your 3 main ideas and then organize your ideas into the main points and the subpoints. Okay? Okay, let's have a kickstart by analyzing the keywords in the question. So study the question below. Traditional beliefs are widening the gaps between generations. Do you agree? Justify your stand by giving relevant examples. You should write at least 350 words. Okay. So this is taken from the quite recent question, yeah? MUET session 3, 2019. Okay, you can refer to your handout also. Okay, it is there. So what will be the keywords in these questions? In this question, okay, what would you highlight? Yes, okay, thank you, yeah. Some says, yeah, traditional beliefs. Okay, you start with the traditional beliefs. What comes to your mind? Traditional beliefs. So ask yourself, what are traditional beliefs? Okay, what do we mean by traditional beliefs? Okay, and the next keyword, this is the first one, right? Traditional beliefs. And the next keyword, yes, are widening the gaps. So what are widening the gaps? The traditional beliefs are widening the gaps. Okay, so this is another key phrases, yeah? And one more keywords, okay? Between generations. The gaps of what? The gaps between generations. Okay, so for this question, okay, do not, okay, even though it asks you, okay, how many words? At least, okay, this is estimation, all right? Meaning to say you don't have to count the words. Okay, unlike question 1, okay, question 1, yes, you have to count, okay, up until 200 words. Yeah, you have to write up until 200 words. There is a limitation. Okay, but for this one, for this question 2, you don't have to count. Okay, estimation of 350 words means perhaps okay 2.5 pages we would say, but depending on the handwriting as well, right? If you have a big handwriting, then it could be more. Okay, depends. Okay, but then don't worry about the 350 words here. Okay, as long as you complete all the 5 paragraphs, it will be okay. Yeah, but then a contentful paragraph, yeah, not a skimpy one. Okay. Okay, yes. I've seen, okay, some examples given. Okay, traditional beliefs, widening the gaps. What do we mean? Okay, give some definition. Okay, for these 3 keywords. Okay, thank you for the opinion. Yes, okay, we are going to start to define each keyword. Okay, to understand the question, okay, it's better to define them, yeah? So what are traditional beliefs? Okay, traditional beliefs. Okay, the word traditional itself, yes, it gives you the idea, old ways, right? It could be old ways of doing things. It could be thinking. Okay, it could be practices, something that are outdated. Yeah, it could be values, thinking. Okay, the way you think. Okay, could be outdated. Okay, people are no longer thinking that way. Okay, that's what traditional beliefs mean. And it could be some principles that are traditionally practiced, okay, upheld and passed on within a family. Okay, a family, a society. Okay, what do they believe and they have traditionally, okay, do that, okay, up until now. Okay, that's what traditional beliefs mean. Okay, next keyword. Are widening the gaps. What does it mean by widening the gaps? Widening, okay, meaning to say the gaps, yeah, the gap here is getting larger, okay, and in this context, all right, it means that, okay, having different opinions, okay, it could be those beliefs and values that was traditionally practiced just now, okay, was not the same, okay, between the old generation and the young generation here. They have different perspectives, okay, they have different attitude, okay, which can cause conflicts, okay, it could be misunderstanding, okay, happen, yeah, due to these differences, okay, so that's what widening the gaps means. And generations, okay, like I said just now, it could be between the young people and their parents, or maybe with their grandparents, or maybe with their elders, okay, it could be in the society itself, yeah, between the young and the old people, okay, but it is more towards a family actually, yeah, the young and the old generation, okay, that's what it meant. Okay, so once you have defined the keywords, okay, because later, right, you could actually pick up this definition, you might use it in your introduction later, okay, so understand it, understand by defining the keywords, okay, and then not just defining, okay, but you need to understand the task carefully and analyze the connection between the keywords, okay. So if we put it together, okay, these keywords, all right, uh, after analyzing, after defining it, okay, so what would be the relationship here? Okay, there's like a cause and effect relationship, okay, would be established, okay, where traditional beliefs is the subject, okay, the subject matter, okay, subject means, okay, the matter that leads to another cause to happen, another thing to happen, right? So, okay, these traditional beliefs, okay, causing the difference, okay, that leads to conflict and misunderstanding, okay, is the cause of conflict. Traditional beliefs are the cause of conflicts, okay, that's what it meant. Okay, widening the gaps here means, okay, and it affects what? It affects the generations, okay, the relationship, the gaps here, okay, means the relationship between the generations, okay, that is the effect. Okay, so the effect is actually the object, the result, the effect caused by the subject. Alright, so in your essay, okay, if you agree with this particular statement, okay, now after you have defined, okay, you have defined each keyword, okay, you could start to think of what would be your possible angle of discussion here. Okay, you have to decide whether you agree, partially agree, or disagree here. Okay, so if you agree, if you decided to agree, yeah, so you would say how, okay, you have to explain how traditional beliefs create conflicts. Okay, create conflicts between what? Between the young and old generations here, which causing them to have conflict and widen the gap. Okay, you understand? So your stand would be for the topic, yeah? Meaning to say you are writing for traditional beliefs are widening the gaps between generations. You don't change. Okay, the statement. You agree with the statement. Okay, that's what it meant. Okay, if you disagree, if you choose to disagree, okay, you would say how traditional beliefs do not create conflicts. Instead, it creates bonds. Yeah, these traditional beliefs are creating bond between the generations. Okay, the effect would be they are becoming closer. They are becoming closer, and it narrows the gap, okay, between them. So your stand, okay, you would say traditional beliefs are not widening the gaps between generation. You disagree, you are against the topic. Okay, that's what it meant. Okay, so what once you have decided, okay, later you could start to write lah your opinion, yeah. Okay, but there's another angle of discussion. Okay, it is a mixed stand of agree and disagree point, yeah. So you would say how traditional beliefs create or do not create conflicts. Okay, create and do not create conflicts. Okay, that means okay, you look for both angles. Yeah, you look at both aspects. So it could be widening or not widening the gap. Yeah. So for this particular stand, okay, perhaps okay, you may present two main points of agree, okay, and one point of disagree. Yeah. Or it could be one main point of disagree. Sorry, one main point of agree, okay, and another two main point of disagree. Okay, so it depends on your own opinion, okay, regarding this matter. Okay, so your stand would be, okay, for partial agreement, okay, you would say traditional beliefs are widening the gaps between generations to a certain extent. To a certain extent only, okay, you don't fully agree, okay, with what it is stated. Okay, it could be both, affecting for both. That's what it meant. Okay, next. So once you have decided, okay, let's say you agree. Okay, if you agree, that means you are for the topic, yes. Okay, start to think of the specific examples. Because the examiners want real life examples of traditional beliefs here, for example, yeah. In this case, okay, it is about traditional beliefs. So think of, starting from now, I mean, at the beginning. Yeah, you have to think of fresh examples. What would be the examples of traditional beliefs if you agree? So you would say, okay, so based on the definition we had done, yeah, earlier on, okay, we said that, okay, it was about thinking, it's about practices, values. So what are the values, okay, that has been practiced by a family, okay, up until now, okay, but then, okay, it is not acceptable by the young generations. So what are the conflicts, okay? So perhaps, okay, it's one of it is about a joint or extended family. Okay, the old generations. Okay, they love to stay with, together. Okay, as a family unit here. Okay, um, in one particular family. Okay, it consists of grandparents. Okay, the parents. Okay, and then the grandchildren. Okay, they live together. And it could be the aunties, okay, the other siblings, family. That is what it meant by extended family, living in one house. Yeah. Okay, maybe the old generations love to do that. Okay, but for the young generations, they want freedom. They don't want to um live with so many people in a house. Okay, so they prefer to live as a nuclear family. What does it mean by nuclear family? Anyone? A nuclear family. Okay. Okay. You can type your opinion as well. When I mention these words. Yes. Okay. A nuclear family means, okay, it consists a small family unit here. Okay, which consists of a mother, father, and then the children. Okay, the grandparents are staying, okay, at their own house. Uh, okay, they live separately, yeah, not with the grandparents. Okay, so young generation, they don't like it, yeah. They want to have their own family together, yeah. Okay, so that creates conflict. Okay, what they practice before, okay, it's not accepted by the young generation. Okay, that could be one. Okay, another example, the changing of gender roles. Ah, male is no longer the sole breadwinner. Okay, we can see most of the um, women nowadays, yeah, they are working. Okay, but then men, okay, they do not. Yeah, they stay at home. Okay, they take care of the kids. So the gender roles are changing. They are exchanging. Yeah, I mean the roles between men and women are changed. Okay, men are no longer working and what, looking for the money. Yeah. All right. Whereas, okay, women do. Okay, so that could be the example lah of conflict. Okay, maybe the young generations, okay, do that. Okay, but the old generation do not accept it. Okay, they think that, oh, why my I mean uh daughter-in-law, okay, have to work, okay, while my son didn't work. Okay, so it creates conflict between them. Yeah. Okay, next. It could be just now, okay, it was about beliefs or thoughts, or it could be more, yes, traditional practices. Okay, it could be some customs or rituals which are no longer practiced. Okay, but then, old generation, okay, they want it to be practiced by the young generation, but the young generation hardly to accept it, yeah. Okay, such as what? Arranged marriage. Okay, and young generation here, they might not observe certain practices during festivals. Okay, they simplify rituals. Okay, for a wedding ceremony, for example, they don't like this tepung tawa. Okay, some kind of rituals. Okay, that has been practiced by the old generation. What are they? Okay, you have to highlight. Yeah, during festival, okay, perhaps, okay, there's no more rendang, ketupat, okay, instead they are serving, I mean, the young generations are serving what, spaghetti, uh, okay, macaroni, right? Okay, they feel that, oh, okay, why must it be rendang and ketupat all the time? Okay, they don't like it, yeah. So that could be a conflict. Okay, a conflict could be created here. Okay, when young generations disobey or they don't practice it anymore. Yeah. Okay, and then when it comes to confinement, uh, okay, some of the beliefs, yeah, some of the practices are no longer being uh, believed, yeah, by the young generations. Okay, so you can pick up any of the example of superstitions, perhaps. Okay, um, when black cat is passing, yeah, is passing in front of you, it could be what, a disaster, yeah. You are unlucky, yeah. Something unfortunate would happen, okay, when black cat passing by. Okay, so you can think of any of the superstition and which young generation do not agree with. Okay, and it could be freedom of expression. You see, so a lot of examples actually you can pick out. It has to be specific, and you have to think at this moment what will be the examples. So this is on agreement, okay. What if you disagree? So it will be contradict with that particular points that we have discussed just now. Okay. So the traditional beliefs or thoughts here could be, yeah, they still practice traditional gender roles. Okay, men lead the family. Okay, and they still uphold with that particular beliefs. Okay, that men should work. Okay, not the women should work. Okay, so how that can create the bond between the young and the old, meaning to say, okay, they obey, yeah, they follow, okay, what has been practiced. Okay, it could actually make them become closer. There's no conflict. Yeah, that could be um, the flow later on. Okay, and then another example. The thoughts of boys are expected to be strong. Girls keep their hair long, right? Okay, how this could actually create the bond, yeah, between the young and the old generation. Okay, so the way you elaborate later on should actually relate it, yeah, to the connection, yeah, between the keywords. Okay, so what about other practices? Practices that could create the bond. It could be religious upbringing, okay, the way they were brought up by the parents. Okay, it actually when they are doing some prayers, okay, they do it together. Okay, they have congregational prayers at home. Okay, they went to the mosque. Okay, so okay, when the old generation do that, okay, it is still practiced, okay, by the young generation. Okay, and when they agree to each other, meaning to say when they agree each other on that particular traditional beliefs, okay, it actually strengthen the bond. Okay, it could be festivals just now. yeah, where everybody knows, okay, when it comes to Hari Raya, Chinese New Year, everybody would get together, you know. We have these family gatherings, okay, and then there are times where we have to respect the elders, yeah, respect the elders, okay, by asking their forgiveness, okay. So these could be the practices here, okay, that has been um, narrowing the gap, okay, that has been creating the bond between the young and the old, yeah. Okay, other respecting elders, okay, the way you respect your I mean the old folks, yeah. uh, okay, that has been practiced in you, I mean, okay, what you have learned, okay, from your old generation here, from your parents, from your grandparents, what you see, okay, you practice, you believe in it, you uphold it, okay. So it actually create the bond lah, yeah, between you and the elders, okay. This is another word, filial piety. What is filial piety? If it's new to you, okay, later on, okay, you can search in Google. What is filial piety? Filial piety means, okay, the devotion towards the relationship between the children and the parents. Okay, you are respecting your parents. Okay, you obey them, right? You obey their instruction. You obey with their I mean, you respect them. Okay, this is actually about filial piety here. Okay, and then also you could mention, okay, other traditional ways of doing things, and the young generation could appreciate it still. Okay, so this is about tightening the bond. Tradition beliefs tightening the bond between the young and old generation. Okay, what would be the possible examples? Okay, and if you partially agree, so if you partially agree, yes, exactly. Okay, a mixed stand. Okay, it's a combination of both agree and disagree points later on, yeah. So you would say how traditional beliefs create, and another paragraph you would say it does not create. It do not, yeah. I mean, traditional beliefs, they do not create conflicts. Yeah, these traditional beliefs do not create conflicts. So therefore, okay, when conflicts happen, okay, it widen the gap, and at the same time, it might not be widen the gap. Okay, and what could be the possible examples? Like I said, yeah, you can pick any of these examples, maybe not all, okay, this is just I mean, listing down first. Okay, whichever that is suitable, right? You feel, okay, you can actually put them into a logical sequence here in your paragraph, okay. Okay, so we have discussed, yeah, for both agree and disagree. Okay, you just pick maybe two examples of not two examples, sorry. Later, yeah, you decide, okay, what are the two main points, okay, the two main reasons, and then one disagree point, okay, or it could be two disagree point and one agree point, okay. Now, once you have understood the task, okay, you have seen the connection, and you have decided a stand, okay, whether you want to agree, disagree, or partially agree here, okay, then you can start planning, okay, for the essay. Okay, what are you going to write based on the stand you have decided? Okay, so we call this stage outlining. Yeah, outlining means, okay, you organize your ideas. Okay, based on the examples just now, okay, you could think of, okay, what would be the possible reasons. And okay, please refer to your handout. Okay, the handout is actually giving you, okay, the idea of planning here. Yeah, what to be what can we plan, okay, for partial agreement. Okay, for this particular webinar, I'm choosing on partial agreement, a mixed stand, so that you can see for both ideas, yeah, how to write both ideas. Okay, you can actually stick to agreement or disagreement. Okay, no problem. Okay, but for this webinar, okay, I'm focusing only on partial agreement. Yeah, as an example. So plan what to write. Okay, I have given you the handout here with some empty spaces. Okay, so that you can copy from here. Yeah. So in the introduction, what must you write? Okay, introduction will not be too long. Okay, you plan, okay, only to just to have the flow of the ideas, what you want to say in your introduction here. So you may begin with broad statement. Okay, a broad statement means, okay, you pick up, okay, one of the keywords in the question here. Yeah, which is, okay, traditional beliefs. Okay, talk about traditional beliefs generally. Okay, in a general idea. Okay, what is it? You define the word traditional beliefs. Okay, traditional beliefs, okay, perhaps it reflects the values of a community. Okay, that would be my plan, yeah, for the first beginning of introduction. Okay, and then after that, okay, you narrow it down. Now you are, when we say that we are narrow down the topic means, okay, from the broad statement, okay, you bring it down to the specific topic that was given in the question. Okay, then all right, from this definition of traditional beliefs, okay, you can say different perspectives of traditional beliefs between old generation and young generation could widen the gap. Okay, so in this planning, okay, you have to remember you don't have time to write in full. Okay, you just have to use hyphenated phrases here. Okay, link the phrases with hyphen. Okay, it's not yet a full sentence. Okay, just to get the idea. Okay, what I want to say for the next and next and next sentences in this particular paragraph. Okay, that's what it meant here. Okay, with the arrow. So right after you have narrowed down the topic, okay, you have to present your stand. Okay, so you will say traditional beliefs sometimes do widen the gap. Okay, the generation gap. Okay, okay, I repeat. Traditional beliefs sometimes do widen the generation gap, but they are also catalysts to strengthen the bond between family members of different generations. Okay, so up until here, you are on agreement. Okay, but there's a but there. Yeah, you also mentioned that it can also strengthen the bond. So you see, you have two particular stand, okay, that you are mixed with, yeah. And then perhaps, okay, you will mention, okay, what will be your development of ideas here. Okay, you may mention topic sentence 1, okay, which is the first main idea of the first body paragraph. Okay, and then maybe the second topic sentence you have to state here, yeah. then okay, it will become a complete thesis statement, yeah, with the stand made. Okay, present all the three topic sentences in this particular stand. Okay, later, okay, I will show you, yeah. Okay, next. You need to also what? Mention, okay, what are the two? Okay, this is the crucial part. Okay, you have to plan for your body paragraphs. Okay, so here I'm choosing 2 main points of agreeing and 1 main point of disagreeing, yeah, on that particular topic. So, okay, when you plan what to write for the body parts, okay, you have to think of a burger. Okay, look at this picture. Okay, it could be a Big Mac here, McDonald's Big Mac, with 3 patties. 3 patties and how many layering? 6 layering here. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, it could be 4 layering here. Yeah. So, okay, this is actually to illustrate how a paragraph would be. Yeah, a paragraph should contain a topic sentence. Okay, that would be the top bun here. Okay, the top bun, okay, is actually representing a topic sentence. Okay, and then later on, okay, you will have reasons. Reasons, example. Reasons are the patties, while examples are the all the sauces. Yeah, I mean mayonnaise. Okay, the salad. Okay, the more the ingredient, actually the more delicious, okay, the burger is. Okay, so that's what it meant. Okay, if you put a lot of ingredients here, okay, with clear examples, with clear reasons, okay, you have no problem in getting good band, okay, for your MUET. Okay, and then once you have mentioned the reasons and example, okay, don't forget to tie up. Yeah, tie up your paragraph. Okay, that would represent the bottom bun. Okay, the bottom bun is actually the concluding sentence, okay, of that particular paragraph, and it usually reflect on the topic sentence that you make. Yeah, and then okay, it also reflects on the topic. Yeah, the statement given in the question. Okay, to show that okay, yes, there is a link between traditional beliefs, okay, how it create conflicts and it widen the gap. Okay, you have to use back all these phrases into the concluding sentence here. Okay, to show that okay, you are emphasizing back to the statement given. Okay, so this is an example of topic sentence 1. Okay, this is the plan. Young generation feel traditional beliefs are outdated. So why? When they find it outdated, while old generations adamantly hold on to it. So, okay, when this happen, it create conflicts. Okay, an example, okay, I choose living in a joint family. It create tensions among young generation where they want freedom. Okay, so you have to elaborate this later on. And then, okay, perhaps, okay, another, okay, if you are not confident with one example, okay, maybe the way you elaborate is not okay, then you have to think of another example, okay, that young generation find it outdated, okay, and old generation still hold on to it. Yeah, another layering of examples, okay, could be made. Yeah, depending on how you organize. Okay, all right. Okay, now this is about the second body paragraph. Okay, what I want to say. Yeah. Okay, topic sentence 2, which means the main idea of the particular paragraph. Okay, I plan to say young generations are against superstitions, okay, or rituals. So, okay, you can highlight any of the superstitions here, okay. So, what's the conflict? The reason would be towards the conflict, okay. You have to show the conflict, all right. Young generations not blindly follow. They have their own choices, okay, whereby old generations still stick with the old perception, okay, with the old rituals or superstition. So for example, old generation old generation old women, sorry, old generation women, believe that they should be at home, confined at home. They are not working, okay. Men should lead the family, okay. But young generation women, okay, they have career, they are working, and they lead the family instead of men, okay. So that's where it widened the gap, okay. The difference here causing the root cause of estranged families, okay. That could be the flow, okay. That is on to two ideas, okay. That is for the topic, yeah. That means you agree on the topic. And what would be yes if you disagree? That would be the third body paragraph, because we are on partial agreement, remember? Okay. So this could be the idea. Okay. You would say some traditional beliefs are still retained as traditional customs. Okay. People from each ethnicity retain their ancestors' cultural customs. They strengthen the bond. Yeah, it strengthened the bond between them. Okay, what are the examples? The practice of family gathering help form the foundations of family. Okay, when you do that. Okay, when you practice family gatherings here. Okay, and then it could be some religious rituals. Okay, religious customs here. Okay, and then don't forget to tie up. Okay, this will be the flow. So plan, okay, what to write for the reason, for the example. Example, okay, you pick up from what you have listed down. That's how it is. Well, here comes the last part to be planned, okay, which is the conclusion. Okay, conclusion is just like introduction, okay, not too long, where you just need to restate your stand, and you mention back, okay, what are your topic sentences. Okay, topic sentence 1, 2, and 3. Okay, by restating them. Okay, after you have restate your stand, okay, perhaps okay you could give some recommendations over the matter, over the about the topic. Yeah, how to improve. Okay. Now, okay, we have done the planning. So before we move on to the while writing stage, okay, I want to remind you, okay, some of the tips here, okay, for you to avoid off-tangent essays. Okay, off-tangent means, okay, you don't fulfill the requirement of the task. Okay, you don't understand the question. Okay, when you only concern particular keywords given. Okay, we have known just now, okay, there are 3 keywords here, okay, to be linked: traditional beliefs, widening the gap between generations. Okay, that's the 3 key phrases. Yeah, students often, okay, misunderstood when they only take one of it. Okay, let's say traditional beliefs only. So they describe traditional beliefs. Okay, what are the traditional beliefs? Okay, but nothing to do with showing okay, how it widened the gap, okay, between the generations. So it will be wrong. Or it maybe the students okay would just take about generation gap. Okay, I mean the young generation era and the old generation era. Okay, where they don't have devices. Okay, old generation they only have telephone. I mean, there's no smartphone at that time. Okay, they comparing. Okay, what do this generation has gone through? Okay, which has nothing to do with traditional beliefs here. Okay, it doesn't show okay how that widen the gap. Yeah, so that will be off tangent. Okay, or maybe the student only describe the importance of traditional beliefs. Okay, they give advices. They give advices on how important traditional beliefs nowadays to the young children, okay, to the young generation. uh, okay, they should do this, they should do that. You give suggestion, you give tips. That would be an advice, and totally it is not showing again, yeah, the connection between the keywords. The cause effect relationship is not being observed. Yeah, so don't do that. All right. Okay, and then always okay, commonly okay, what happened is that students change the subject or object. Yeah, they change the style of the question. Okay, they misunderstood. Traditional beliefs turn to be traditional games, traditional costumes. Okay, and then they just talk about merely about traditional costumes or the games itself. Okay, nothing to do with the how it creates conflict between the generations. Okay, that will be a big mistake. Yeah. Okay, and one more is maybe okay, the student change to gap between generations. Okay, instead of gap between generations to gap between friends, you change it to gap between friends. That will be wrong. Okay, that will be a misleading essay. Yeah, you are confused. You are confused, and you fail to focus on what the requirement of the task is. Yeah. Okay, and one more thing. Okay, don't um, mention points. Okay, that contradict with your stand. Okay, so if you if your stand is on agreeing, okay, agree, okay, you agree on that matter, okay, but then okay, towards the end you showed the disagreed reasons or example, that will be contradict. Okay, so don't do that. Okay, uh, so these are the things you need to avoid. Okay, okay, are you guys okay so far? Do you understand the planning stage? It's not easy, yes, I know. Okay, but you have to be very quick in analyzing, okay, the question. Don't simply straight away write without understanding, okay, because it will lead you to an off tangent essay, I'm telling you. Okay, so from the very early beginning of this of the pre-writing stage, yeah, you need to plan what you want to write. Okay, like I said, okay, a good planning actually can help you to produce a good essay. Okay, and remember the burger. Okay, if you put more ingredients, okay, ingredients are the examples, fresh examples, life, real life examples. Okay, you pick them up and suit them, okay, with the reasons. Yeah, the reasons that would be to support, yeah, your stand made. Okay, so now, right, so before we move on to the next stage while writing, okay, let's try out one question here, okay, just to analyze the question, okay, whether you are able to identify the connection between the keywords or not. Okay, which is the subject affecting another? So you have to identify which is the subject and which is the object. Okay, in this particular question. Yeah, and perhaps okay, we can list down a few examples. Okay, so now the question I pick here is session 1, the most recent MUET question, session 1 2020. Okay, and the question is, our positive attitude towards health is influenced by the way we were brought up. Okay, I repeat, our positive attitude towards health is influenced by the way we were brought up. Okay, what do you think the keywords here means? Okay, so there are 3 keywords. Okay, one is positive attitude towards health. What does it mean? Okay, influenced by. Influenced by means it is determined. Yeah, it is shaped by. By what? Okay, the way we were brought up. So what does it mean by the way we were brought up? Okay, so perhaps you can write down something on the chat panel and refer to your handout. Yeah, it is in your handout. You can write down there too. Once you see the answer here, okay, later on, okay, you can jot it down. Okay, yes. Okay, we can see some responses. Okay, thank you for that. Okay, let's see what the keywords here mean, okay, and which is the subject and which is the object, okay, in this case. Yes, okay. Positive attitude towards health means the knowing, yeah, knowing the importance of a person's well-being. Okay, we know that okay, we must be healthy, yeah, and we have to practice a healthy lifestyle here. Okay, that is the positive attitude, okay, towards health. It could be physical, mental, emotional, and spiritual well-being. Yeah, we are having this attitude, okay, knowing the importance of this particular health here, yeah, healthy lifestyle. Okay, and this is the object, yeah. It is affected by what? It is affected or it is influenced. It is shaped. It is determined by what? Okay, the way we were brought up. Okay, the way we were brought up here referring to our upbringing, our family, how our family raised us. Okay, how they did it. Okay, so whenever we come from when we come from a family that care about health here, okay, it actually shape our positive attitudes towards health. Okay, that's what it meant. Okay, so the subject matter, okay, the family upbringing, okay, family upbringing, okay, it influence, what is the object, the effect, the positive attitude towards health. Yes, that's about it. Okay, so when you get the question, okay, you talk to yourself this way, okay, which is the subject, which is the object, you ask yourself, okay, so that you are clear, okay, what the task wants. Okay, so the connection, yeah, between the keywords here must be shown throughout the essay. Okay, so now you have to decide what will be your stand. When you understood the task, what the task wants, okay, you are able to decide now, okay, what would be the possible stand that you can make, okay, and you can think of, okay, the possible examples, okay, so what would you decide then? Agree, disagree, or partially agree? So if you agree, you would say if we have a positive attitude towards health, it's because our parents had taught and influenced us to be so. Okay, it's about the family upbringing. Okay, what makes it, what made it wrong? Okay, students confused. Okay, the word upbringing here, it could be, they think that, okay, it could be school. Okay, school have campaign about health. Okay, there's a, I mean, medical checkups, dental checkups in school. Okay, so this is wrong. Okay, this is totally off track and off tangent ideas. Yeah, so you have to be focused on family upbringing if you agree on the stand. Okay, on sorry, on the task given. Okay, uh, so what will be the possible examples if you agree? So you would say, yeah, you may talk about healthy lifestyle. Okay, the way parents encourage, yeah, encourage you to have healthy eating here. Okay, you don't eat junk food. You know, you don't take fast food. Okay, healthy lifestyle. Okay, you take supplements. Okay, these are all the encouragement. So these are the real life examples that you can show in order to show that, okay, how parents instill positive attitudes among the children. Okay, what are the other? Okay, perhaps, okay, parents would be the role models, okay, to the children. Okay, and children will imitate the healthy lifestyle. Okay, they come from a non-smoking family, you know, at night, okay, before sleeping, okay, they brush their teeth. Okay, these are all the habitual actions that leads to having good health. Yeah, so the parents themselves, okay, show that, and the children follow. Okay, and then again, yeah, healthcare begins at home. Yeah, maybe they start to they went to they are going to have brisk walk together, okay, during weekend. Or maybe the parents actually concerned about medical checkups, uh, for dental checkup 6 months a year. Yeah, I mean 6 months, twice lah, twice for a year. Okay, that's what it meant. Okay, that is agree. Okay, if you disagree, if you disagree, meaning to say, it's not influenced by the way we were brought up, okay, but by other factors. But by other factors. Okay, we are not actually changing. Okay, later, okay, after this I will explain to you. Okay, this question is a bit different from that traditional beliefs question just now. Yeah. Uh, Earlier, okay, I said that you cannot change the stem of the question, isn't it? Okay, but this one, all right, you can change with, I mean, you can go to other factors if you disagree, okay, because of the statement given. The statement given. Okay, after this I mention. Okay, let me finish first. Okay, what will be the examples, okay, for the disagreement? So meaning to say you have to highlight other factors. It's not because of the way we were brought up. Okay, it's because of other factors such as, yeah, perhaps, okay, the awareness or knowledge that is in you, okay, not because of the upbringing. Okay, what you have seen in the social media, okay, in the advertisement, okay, a lot of health supplement product has been shown, okay, and the practice, yeah, the exercises, Zumba, okay, these are actually through social media and advertisement, and you are encouraged by that, you are influenced by that. Okay, or maybe you are influenced by your peers. Okay, you imitate what your friends has been doing. Yeah, what your friend have practiced. Okay, to lead a healthy lifestyle here. They went for jogging. Okay, you follow. All right. What are the examples? Okay, when you are influenced by friends. Okay, and then maybe you the urge. Okay, for a better self image. Okay, better self appearance here. You yourself feel that, oh, okay, I need to be good. I need to be look good. Yeah. So you you want your body to be in a good shape, in a good figure. So how, right? You go for gym, for example. Okay, so these are the examples, the real life examples, not because of parents. Okay, school, yes. All right. If you disagree, yeah, school could be one of the influence. Yeah. Okay, what if you partially agree? Then you can combine, okay, these two points, these two examples, yeah, on agreement and disagreement points, yeah. So it's a combination of both stances, yeah. 2 points agree, 1 disagree, or you can highlight 2 points disagree, or and 1 agree. Okay, so can you see the difference or not? This question. Okay, why I'm highlighting this question is because um the keyword, yeah, the keyword, the way we were brought up, okay, that is the what? The subject matter, kan? The subject can be possibly changed to other factors because the way the statement is written in the question. Okay, when the question, okay, state there is influenced by, is caused by, okay, the way it is stated, it is not that firm, not a firm statement. Okay, so there's a room for you, okay, when if you choose disagree, you can actually change to other factors. You can highlight other factors. Okay, you don't agree with this, okay, but there are other factors, perhaps could be the possible reasons. Okay, compared to traditional beliefs, okay, compared to traditional beliefs, question, it represents a firm statement. Can you see that? Traditional beliefs are widening the gap. Okay, it's very firm that, okay, this is the cause, the reason. Yeah. Okay, but when there's in the stem of the question, okay, it's mentioned is caused by, okay, is influenced by. That means, okay, it is not that firm. Okay, it is not that firm, and there's a room for you to change, okay, the subject into other factors. Okay, so can you see any word is caused by or is influenced by in this traditional beliefs question? No, right? Okay. Actually, I have highlighted these tips in your handout. You can refer to it. I hope you understand what I meant. So if you refer to the handout 1, okay, the MUET past year question 2017 to 2020 here, can you identify another statement similar to this session 1 2020? Can you identify? Yes, the answer is MUET session 1 2018. Okay, which is about unemployment, isn't it? Unemployment is caused by the attitude, something to do with attitude, I can't remember. Okay, wait, let me check. What is the question? Unemployment among graduates today is caused by their own attitude. Okay? Yes, that is the one. Is caused by their own attitude. Okay, so unemployment here. Unemployment is the effect, which is the object. Yeah, among graduates. Yeah, unemployment among graduates. Okay, that will be the effect. Okay, and that is caused by their own attitude. Okay, attitude means the subject. So you can change the factors. Okay, not because of their own attitude, but because of economy, for example. Okay, so you can do that for this particular question. Okay, the rest, I think, okay, they are all seem to be very firm question. So either you agree or disagree, you cannot change the subject or the object. All right. Okay, so any question before we move on to while writing? You can post it now, yeah? Okay, we are done with the pre-writing stage. So we move on to the while writing stage. Once you have done planning, okay, for your ideas, it's time for you to write down the whole essay, okay, the 5 paragraphs. So we begin with introduction. Introduction is an opening paragraph which introduces the topic, and then you narrow down to your stand, okay, the specific topic itself, okay, and then you state the thesis statement, okay. So I will say that it's going to be not that long, okay, perhaps 3 to 5 sentences. That's the limit. Okay, if you go more, then there will be some irrelevant sentences actually, yeah, that you can eliminate. Okay, so every sentence here is very focused, okay, towards introducing the topic, the stand, and the thesis statement that you want to, the 3 main ideas that you want to highlight later on in the body paragraph. Okay, so the techniques, okay, when you start writing introduction here, you can begin with a broad statement. That's the one we plan for. Okay, and then you can also do anecdote. Okay, write an anecdote, a brief story. Okay, and relate this story to the topic. Okay, and perhaps, okay, you can pose some questions. The questions actually leading the examiner, okay, the readers, okay, um, to understand, okay, what you are trying to say in your stand, okay. And then, okay, it could be a quote, it could be interesting, famous saying, yeah, or it could be also some contradicting opinion. You can start with something contradict first, but there's a but or however, okay, that is the signal where you change it to what you want to say, actually, yeah. So these are the techniques, okay, but I cannot highlight, I mean, the examples here, okay, a very limited time, okay, but one example of a broad statement, yes, okay, after this, only for this particular example of this particular technique. Okay, so once you have mentioned that, okay, you have started with any of these technique, okay, you narrow down to your topic. Okay, what will be the specific topic? That will be the statement itself, and you state whether you agree or disagree or partially agree, okay, for that particular topic, the statement. Okay, so the next sentence, I mean, after you have introduced the broad topic here, you narrow down the topic into the statement given and state your stand. Okay, then after that, you reveal, okay, what is your thesis statement. Okay, so there are 2 types of thesis statement here. One is general and one is specific. Okay, and the thesis statement here is a preview for the examiner to get to know what are your 3 main ideas or what do you want to say generally, okay, in the body paragraphs. Okay, so it could be general or it could be specific. When specific one, you have to state the 3 main ideas of body paragraphs. Yeah, briefly, okay, you mention it here, okay, after you give your stand. So this is an example. I give you 2 samples of introductory paragraph regarding traditional beliefs topic. Okay, so traditional cultural beliefs or practices reflects the customs and values held by members of community for periods, often spanning generations. Every social group in the world has specific traditional cultural beliefs and practices, in which some of them have become irrelevant and obsolete to the digital natives, while others might be deemed as beneficial to all members. Okay, so you talk about traditional beliefs first. Yeah, generally, in general, what is it about? Okay, people are practicing it. Okay, but somehow, okay, when you are mentioning, okay, irrelevant, obsolete, okay, you are actually trying to lead into the statement, yeah, which is, okay, narrowed down to this one. Okay, this difference in opinion, okay, referring to this one, the irrelevant and obsolete to the natives, to the digital natives, which is the young generation lah. Okay, so this difference in opinion is said to have widened the generation gap between the old and the young, and this gap is being felt more than ever before with the rapid advancement of 21st century tech world, where young generation and adults are not only realizing but arguing over the different perspectives they have about life based on the traditional beliefs that govern one's race or ethnic group. Is this true? Okay, so he highlighted the difference here. The gap, the word gap is being used now. Okay, to show that, okay, yes, he's moving on to the statement. Remember, okay, traditional beliefs are widening the gap between the generation, between the old and young. Okay, so it is there being introduced. Okay, so once you have introduced, okay, then you move on to your thesis statement. Okay, in my opinion, I believe that traditional beliefs sometimes do widen the generation gap, but to a certain extent, they are also catalysts to strengthen the bond between individuals or family members of different generations. Okay, but you cannot see any development of ideas where you have the specific topic sentences. Okay, the reasons are not here being written. Okay, this is in general. Okay, you are giving your stand that you are in a mixed stand. Okay, that's how you write. For a general thesis statement, you don't include your topic sentences in it. Okay, compared to this one, this sample, okay, the same structure for the first part, yeah, where you introduce with broad statement and then you narrow it down to the task, yeah, the statement given. Okay, then yes, you reveal, okay, what are the topic sentences that you are going to expand, you are going to elaborate specifically in your paragraph. Okay, so you add on. Traditional beliefs sometimes do widen the generation gap as young generations view them as outdated. Okay, this could be topic sentence 1. And they are against rituals and superstitions. Okay, they refer to young generation, sorry, they are against, yalah. Okay, okay, there is another main point, which is topic sentence 2. Okay, but to a certain extent, they are also catalysts to strengthen the bond between individuals and or family members of different generations when some of the traditional beliefs are still retained and receptive by the new generations. Okay. Well, okay, later on we will highlight what are the traditional beliefs that are still retained and strengthen the bond, okay, between the family members. Okay. So in the body paragraph, okay, I would like to highlight again. Okay, remember the burger. Okay, you know the layering now. Okay, it's time for you to transfer. Okay, you must have the topic sentence. Okay, and then reasons, examples, reasons, examples. Okay, maybe 2 times of reasons and examples would be good also, yeah? In order to strengthening, okay, your development of your paragraph. Okay, and then you tie up. Don't forget to tie up. Okay, concluding sentence is a must because you show the link. Okay, you show that you understood the task. Okay, you reflect back, okay, the cause-effect relationship in that particular question. Okay, so what you must show here is every sentences in a paragraph are related directly to the topic sentence. Okay, the reasons, the example must be related back to the topic sentence you make. Okay, concluding sentence also actually a restatement of your topic sentence. That's how about. Okay, you will achieve unity when you do that. Okay, and then also, okay, you will achieve coherence when your sentences and paragraphs are connected to each other by using suitable linkers. Okay, don't forget linkers. Okay, when you mention reasons, okay, this is because, all right, because of, okay. When you mention example, okay, for example, for instance, okay, when you mention a concluding sentence, hence, thus, okay, therefore, that could be actually to link back, okay, the result, the effect of that particular examples. Okay, so look at this paragraph. Yeah, what do you see? Okay, first of all, okay, that is the transition signal use. Okay, first of all, to show that this is your first main point, your first topic sentence. Okay, first of all, I believe that young generation of today view traditional beliefs as outdated. Okay, so this is actually considered as topic sentence 1. Okay, right. These beliefs, according to them, do not take into consideration the current context, the present time and evolving climate around life. In most conflicts that happen amongst people and families is when tradition clashes with the world reality. Sadly, the older generations who adamantly hold on to tradition create the most conflict due to the inflexibility and lack of understanding and openness to new and better experience. Okay, so comparing between older generation and the young generation here. Okay, what do they believe? So the conflict is seen, isn't it? Okay, this is the reason. Okay, the conflict is seen. Okay, for example, so don't just claim generally. You have to state with example. Highlight, okay, how. Okay, this is the why causing conflict here. Okay, how traditional beliefs causing conflict. Okay, and I mean why? Why traditional beliefs causing conflict? Okay, and then how it creates conflict. Okay, so highlight, okay, the specific example. People belonging to the older generation live in a joint family system and believe in sharing and caring. However, this concept has deteriorated over the generations. The current generation wants freedom, and there is hardly anyone who follows the traditional way of living in the joint families these days. The overall lifestyle of people has changed drastically due to modernization and urbanization. If the older generation is unable to adapt and still insists that their children or grandchildren should stay together as a joint family, it would create misunderstanding and unduly tension between the young and the old. Okay, so highlighting. Yeah, example. What is the example? Joint family. Okay, joint family is the example. Okay, on the how. So conflict is seen, all right? The gap is seen, all right? Okay, when you mention that, all right? And then, okay, the tie-up sentence. Okay, the tie-up sentence. Okay, this is the concluding sentence. Okay, where you mention the link here. Traditional beliefs is there. Widen the gap. Conflict is seen. Okay, can you follow? Actually, I'm taking this back based on the outline. Okay, so if you be able to copy back, okay, the outline, you could see, yeah, you could see the flow. It is the same. It's just that, okay, here we are building, we are developing it into a paragraph, a proper paragraph, yeah, with complete sentences. Same goes to the other body paragraph. Okay, so basically, okay, the one when it starts here, okay, is called topic sentence. Okay, this is topic sentence 2, still on agreement, yeah. And then, okay, this is the reason. And this would be the example. Okay, the how. Sorry. This is the why, Why? Okay, how it create conflict. Example here is how. Okay, where it is mentioned on the generation gap has been widened. Okay, and then a concluding sentence. These differences, yeah. Okay, and then, okay, don't forget to use some of the transitional markers, transition signals. Okay, another is to highlight that, okay, this is the next paragraph. Okay, now I want you to rearrange. Okay, the sentence are given right in the handout. Okay, so you have to rearrange the sentence. What would be a possible answer for, okay, completing this paragraph? Okay, and you could see yet to a certain extent. Okay, meaning to say, okay, this is partial agreement. Yes. Okay, you are moving on from agree to disagree. Okay, so this is the way it is. You can mention to a certain extent. It is also observed that, okay, why? So it could be the most general sentence here, which is a topic sentence. Okay, then followed by, okay, but this particular paragraph, okay, is a little bit different, where it starts with example, and then after that, okay, the blue one is actually example. Okay, but then, okay, it layers back with the reason. Okay, this would be the example, and this would be the reason. Okay, but still the structure, I mean, we understood. Okay, we understood. Okay, based on the example given. Okay, then he tied out back. Okay, he wrap up. Okay, this particular candidate, he wrap up with the reasons. Okay, and there you go. It is the concluding sentence. Okay, but actually the reason is about the same thing. Okay, if you notice. Okay, people from, okay, let's look at the reason, for both sentences here. People from each ethnicity in Malaysia have generally retained their ancestors' cultural customs. And another, okay, tradition represents a critical piece of our culture. They help from the structure and foundation of our families and our societies. They remind us that we are part of a history that defines our past, shapes who we are today, and who we are likely to become. Okay, so it's like an explanation of the first reason here, right? To strengthen, okay, more, that it can also strengthen the bond here. Okay, so what's the answer? It could be actually either one of them, to be on top or to be at the bottom. No problem. Okay, because they are both examples. Okay, but the most accurate one is, you will say the truth is, yes, we go to the topic sentence first. Okay, topic sentence, which is on disagreement, okay, when you see this. Yet, okay, is the transition signal. Okay. to show that up until here, okay, yes, to a certain extent, it also can create bond. Yeah, traditional beliefs also create bonds. Okay, that would be the topic sentence. Okay, next, the truth is traditional beliefs such as, you can use it as an example here. Okay, when you illustrate example, the Chinese visiting their ancestral graves during Qingming, or having family dinner during the eve of Chinese New Year. The Indians touching the elders' feet for blessings. You see, these are all fresh examples. This is what we want, okay, from the candidates, to be able to relate the life experience to what you have claimed, what you have justified. Okay, this is what you need to practice more. Okay, highlighting, okay, the relevant examples, okay, towards what you are justifying. Okay, so these are, like I said just now, yes, it begins with example and then tied up with the reason. Okay, reason comes later. This particular paragraph is a bit different. Yeah, example comes first and then being tied up with the reason. Okay, and then there goes the concluding sentence. Okay, can you see the layering? This is how you have to write for your body paragraphs. Now, okay, we are coming into the last paragraph, which is concluding paragraph. Okay, a concluding paragraph acts as a closure. So you will end up the discussion by reminding what will be the stand, what was your stand that has been made earlier on. Okay, you are reminding the readers, the examiners, okay, your stand and your thesis statement. Okay, so that's the function. Okay, so around 3 to 4 sentences perhaps, okay, is enough. Okay, just like introduction, yeah, where it will not be that long. Okay, 3 to 4 sentences would be okay. All right, so okay, let's look at it. So the first thing first, okay, what will you do in the conclusion? Yes, you have to restate. Yeah, restate the stand and the thesis statement. Okay. In conclusion, okay, that's the signal of having a conclusion here. Yeah, restate thesis statement and also the stand. Okay, if you look at the thesis statement earlier on in the introduction paragraph, it's about the same thing. Okay, but it has been rephrased. So a good student, okay, actually can rephrase. Okay, you can look at the word obsolete is used. Okay, before that, okay, in the introduction, it is mentioned, the topic sentence here, it is mentioned as they are against superstitions and rituals. Okay, but it has been paraphrased as while the superstitions and rituals are viewed as irrational. Okay, look at the way it is paraphrased. Okay, good students, okay, they know how to use the language. Okay, they can vary their word use, yeah. Okay, next, we can see that due to the wide range of exposure that children these days are receiving, the generation gap seems to be widening even more. However, it is completely in our hands to bridge this unwanted gap. Okay, so starting from here, right, you are actually giving your recommendation, suggestion, or maybe prediction, okay, regarding the matter, the issue raised. Okay, recommendations. Okay, what should the younger generation do? What should the old generation do? Yeah, give your own opinion regarding them. Okay, and then the society is made of young and old generation, and inputs and active contribution of both the generations matter significantly for a progressive and civilized society. Okay, this could be a closing remark lah, to give the impression, okay, to the readers that, okay, yes, you are ending up. And that's it. Okay, done for the conclusion. Okay, now let's move on to the last stage of writing, which is the post-writing stage. Okay, you may spend 5 to 10 minutes for it. Have I edited my essay yet? Okay, this is the question that you have to ask yourself. Okay, you have to edit your essay. Okay, as editing actually helps you to reduce your language errors. Okay, you can check on grammar, spelling, punctuation, word choices, or maybe the sentence structure. Okay, and maybe you can think of, okay, the ideas, whether they are sufficient enough, okay, with the examples that you gave. Okay, so these are the consideration now when you are editing. Okay, and it would take about 5 to 10 minutes. Just spare some time, yeah, for editing. Okay, all right. Okay, here are some common errors made by the candidates when they write their essay. Okay, they always omit plural form as student or students, generation or generations. Which one do you refer to? Okay, is it to students in general? So if that's the case, yes, you may have s at the end of the word, yeah, to show plural form here. Okay, so do not omit plural form. And when the word is already a plural, yeah, then you don't have to include s. That is another mistake to make, yeah, to be made by students. People, not peoples. Okay, children, not children's. Okay, because they are already representing plural, yeah, people in plural. I mean in mass, yeah. Okay, another mistake. I agree or I agree. Of course, yes, I agree would be the correct structure. Okay, I'm agree is not. Okay, so avoid doing this mistake. So you say I agree. Okay, you write I agree or I disagree. Okay, when you use am there, okay, it is supposed to be accompanied with the verb with ing. Okay, I am studying, I am going, yeah, then it could be okay. Okay, next, avoid contracted words like I'm, your, their, yeah. These are all spoken language actually. So in academic writing, okay, we used to we always spell the words in full. Okay, I am or you are. Okay, you have to write in full. Okay, and one more mistake that students always do is that they have inconsistency of pronoun use. Yeah, so stick to one voice. Okay, stick to one voice. Okay, not a mix of we and you or they here. Okay, stick to only one. All right. Okay, that will be the problem. Okay, next, spelling. In conclusion or in conclusion. Okay, with the S or with the T. So with the S, yes. Okay. Nowadays or nowadays? Nowadays. Okay, this is correct and this is not. Beside that or besides that? Yeah, again, besides that, okay, with the S. Okay, this S is not for plural form. Okay, besides means tambahan lagi. Okay, but if you put beside that, meaning, okay, I'm sitting beside. Okay, next to, yeah. Next to somebody. Okay, beside. Okay, that means sebelah. Okay, so this is not sebelah, kan? Okay, you are actually trying to mean on tambahan lagi. Okay, so besides that, okay, would be correct. Okay, furthermore, with the R is correct. Okay, without R, it is wrong. Okay, These are some of the common errors. Okay, so try to check on it. Yeah. Okay, and then if transition signals you feel is not okay, yeah, you need more, okay, you can add on, but use the suitable ones. Okay. Right. Another aspect that you can check, okay, is the word choice. Okay, the vocabulary use. So you can have high frequency words rather than the low frequency words. Yeah, you can substitute them. Okay, with high frequency words. So low frequency words are the common words that we ordinarily use in our daily conversation, spoken and written language. Yeah, such as sleepy here. Okay, but instead of using sleepy, the word sleepy, okay, you can use the word drowsy. Okay, that's how you vary your word. Okay, tired, exhausted, lethargic. Okay, that could be tired here. Yeah, change the word that is about rarely used, yeah, in daily conversation. That's about it. Okay, so you can go through the others. Okay, I'm trying to save the time here. I know everyone is hungry now. Okay, next. Okay, you can also vary your word choice in terms of parts of speech. Okay, use appropriate parts of speech. Okay, so consider the following sentence. Okay, look at the sentence here. Which of the following sentences is correct? Students have to manage their time wisely in order to succeed in life. Okay, succeed. Okay, that's one. Another sentence. In order to become a successful student, one must have good time management. Okay. Next, students must be able to manage their time wisely in order to achieve success. Okay, don't you think that, okay, they are all about the same idea? Yes, okay, but how it varies. Sometimes, okay, you use succeed, sometimes you use successful, sometimes you use success. Okay, so all the answers actually are accurate according to their parts of speech. Okay, the first sentence refers to a noun here in order to succeed. Yeah, succeed is a verb. Okay, and then the second one, successful, is an adjective, and the third one is success. Okay, we use it as a noun. Okay, so try to vary your sentence pattern. Maybe, okay, you have to rephrase it, okay, in the introduction, and then in the conclusion, okay, you have to restate your thesis statement. That's how you do it. Okay, you vary your sentence pattern. Okay, use appropriate parts of speech. Okay, so we are about to end our webinar today. So I'm just highlighting again, what are the characteristics of a good essay? Yeah, so a good essay comes from a good planning. Okay, you have to understand the task. So by addressing the task, okay, you can, the examiner can see that, okay, you are actually answering the question. Okay, and use the 5W1H question, yeah, whenever you brainstorm the ideas. Okay, who involved, okay, where, what, why, how. Okay, but mostly, okay, they are about why and how. Okay, because you have to think of the reasons and the examples. Okay, so stick to that. Yeah, planning is the most crucial part. Okay, and then the editing part, okay, helps you to actually be accurate with your language. Okay, so appropriate use of language, variety of sentence structures, precise vocabulary. Okay, this goes under language. Okay, if you have taken care of it, yeah, okay, most probably you can get band 4 and above for the language. Yeah, and then be concise, about 350 words, but don't count the words. Okay, this is unlike question 1 analysis, where you have to count the words up until 200. Yeah, But this one, okay, it is an estimation. Okay, I have mentioned to you earlier in the first previous slides. Okay, and compact essay, okay, means that you have relevant ideas. Okay, the unity is shown, coherence are shown, okay, in your essay here. All right. So all the best. I hope, okay, up until here, you gain something. Okay, you learn that planning is crucial, yeah, and how to develop the ideas, okay, using the burger as the analogy to create or develop your paragraph. So that's all. Should there be any question pertaining to writing question 2? Do not hesitate to post it here, yeah? Okay, my colleagues and I will try our best to answer them. Okay, so before we end up, I would like to thank to all my chat moderators. Okay, thank you very much. And also to all of you, my beloved students from KMS, okay, from other colleges. Thank you. Thank you for your participation. Stay tuned for the next slot. And don't forget to subscribe the English language unit channel for more videos, okay? I'm Miss Siti Musalma wishing you all the best. Remember, stay positive, work hard, and make it happen. Aim for your desired band, okay? Good luck. Bye-bye.